Hello and welcome back to the Undersea. At the moment we're docked in London, and if you remember from last time, just accepted a commission from a very dodgy bloke to try and find Khan's Heart, which is another city down in the Undersea. Just having a look through my officers and familiarising myself with what I've got. I remembered last time I got a better gun. I don't think I have a massive amount to sell. I've got 8 out of 10 crew, so that'll do for the minute. Just in case I get anything out there. Any free crewmen or whatever. Oh, I've got to deliver that to depot. Yeah, that long box to depot station 3, which I've yet to find. I've got some recent news, a restaurant recommendation, a couple of tales of terror, some secrets, vision of the surface. In Vanderbilt, they're always eager for news of the surface. Oh, okay. I don't think I've got any port reports or anything. No. No. Must have already done that last time. Anything to sell to the scholar? Nope. Right, we must be ready, if I launch first, to set sail to Khan's Heart. Now, that'll be somewhere in the east. Past Gator's Morn, but it's going to be quite far in the east. As you can see from this map, it's fairly large, and we have only uncovered a little bit of it. And Khan's Heart is a dangerous area. I've got a decent amount of supplies and fuel. But even at steaming at full pace, we will... Yeah, I think we should go Hunter's Keep, Gator's Morn, and then on. Hunter's Keep is always good to just pay attention to, because it's close. You get rewards when you submit a port report, and you can get free supplies from there, so not bad at all. I'm a little concerned about my fuel, but I don't really want to go as far north as Mount Palmerston. Should be alright. Yep, let's visit Hunter's Keep. Look around the island, port report. Parlour is empty. Oh, but they can be tempted out with some recent news. No, I don't think I lunched with Lucy last time. A deaf tale. Lucy leans over and whispers to you confidently a complex story about a butler, a pig, and an inheritance. I think I might have had this before. You don't follow all the details of the plot, but somehow the pig ends up in the attic and the butler in the vicar's bed. Candles flicker, dishes enter and leave, and the wind butts gently against your window panes. By the time the plum pudding arrives, you're as cheerful as you have been in months. I now have Gods of the Z, Stone's attention. Right, okay. More supplies, lost a bit of terror, and a memory of distant shores. That'll do. That's something, anyway. shall head east to Gator's Morn. And then plumb the depths a bit, trying to find Khan's heart. Once I've accepted the commission, it's not a good idea to annoy the blind bruiser. You can hear the music now, because we're near to Gator's Morn. I think the game's getting a little choppy. Now, is that a pirate or is that a steamer? I think it's just a tramp steamer. Oh no, no, it is a pirate. Ah, sugar. Dock. Explore the Morn, you might as well. %, chance, 37% chance. No. Just yeah. Troglodyte prawns. High risk challenge. Oh, only 30% chance of getting a port report. But I will listen to rumours of the pirate poet. Some say she's a clay man who freed herself with the power of verse. Possible. Others insist she's the personal muse of the king with 100 hearts. Unlikely. One claims she sails on a living ship made of still screaming skulls of her victims. More sober voices mutter no. That's just an Achilles-class vessel. Whatever the truth, few have fought her and survived to tell the tale. Only the bravest captains risk the lonely parts of the sea where her flag is said to fly. That doesn't sound good. I think I shall try to gather intelligence. And that failed. I failed the challenge, but I do have a port report. Right. Down to... Right, okay. Down to a few crewmen. See if we can avoid battle. No, apparently not. That made me jump. I'm in exactly the wrong position. Ow. This one might be a very short-lived captain, if this keeps happening. One more shot. Got to keep behind him. Turn, you rust bucket, turn! Got him. That hurt. Yeah, scuttle the old vessel. A cache of curiosities. Okay, open them up. Oh, some linen. Okay. I can sell that to somebody. All clear now. Right. Let's head east. No islands within range. Keep sending out the Z-Bat. Hope to heck I don't encounter any big monsters. There's an island called Crab Cake. That looks very, well, strange. There's a light over there. Don't know whether... Oh, what's this? This is an inhabited island. Is it on my map? No. There are buildings on Pig Moat Island. My Z-Bat doesn't seem to discover that there is a... No islands within range. There's definitely a port there. I can see it, you stupid Z-Bat. We're going to call there, because it's new and exciting. This is only going to be a short episode, by the way, because I'm gonna try and record some Fallout 3 at some point this evening. Right, let's dock. What's all this about? 2 houses, both alike in dignity. Okay. There's no habitation in sight, no market, only an old rotting dock. This is not promising, but disembark and see what awaits you. Yes, there's definitely fires and things on the... Well, things are happening. War? As you step onto the quay, you hear clamour, shouts and shooting. You can see off in the distance smoke rising from beyond the hill, and dots of fire flecking the horizon. 2 tiny figures stand a little further down the quay, unmoving, as if awaiting your approach. Okay. The following is an extract from the popular Diary of a Sea Captain from London to Irem and what we did there before we arrived. Washed ashore on Mutton Island and subsequently sterilised in the unexpurged Gazette. Oh, serialised. Sterilised. I need to learn to read. In which a delegation is made, a choice is presented, war is declared, and most singular treasure is sought by all, and a new empire is founded with tooth and claw. Okay. The delegations. The figures were rodents. To my left is a Rattus fibre, wearing goggles, a blacksmith apron, and an assortment of tools. To my right, an unusually large guinea pig, wearing a helmet and breastplate reminiscent of nothing so much as the High Middle Ages. The rat stepped forward first and bowed. "Welcome, Captain, to Rat Star Island. I am Edgar, Second Chief Engineer of the 3rd Rat Brigade. I invite you to avail yourself of food and fuel at our expense. The only cost to you is a choice." The rat stepped back. In precisely the same moment, with what appeared to be the ease of long habit, the guinea pig scuttled forward and made a declamatory chirp. "Welcome, Captain, to the island of Caviar. I am Lady Augusta Devereux Swinch of the Blackwater Swinches." Okay. "Seneschal to our King Graysnore, first of his name. I invite you to avail yourself of food and fuel at our expense. The only cost to you is a choice." The 2 stood to attention and looked at me expectantly. I suppose I have to choose which side to... They must be at war, hence the shooting and stuff like that. 2 sides, the rats and the guinea pigs. Okay. Right, I will speak to the Chief Engineer. I asked the Chief Engineer to elaborate. He looked at me for a long measured moment before speaking gruffly. "We came to this island to make a home for ourselves, away from London. Its cats and snuffers, its rat skin suits." London, they're London rats, okay. "We came to live as citizens of our own republic. We came with our tools, our teeth, our clever hands, and we made a beautiful city by the light of the Rat Star that shone bright and blue on Mount Ararat." The Chief Engineer nodded towards a distant hill. Okay. "One day we braved the depths of the Chicken Woods, and from the top of Mount Ararat we plucked the Rat Star to be our light, our beacon. But the pigs of Cavay saw the light and they lusted after it. They sent armies to rule us and steal our star. We will not permit them to take what is ours. We will resist them to our last breath. Will you join us in defeating them?" Maybe. I don't know. Right, I shall talk to the armoured guinea pig. The Seneschal cleared her throat with a delicacy to rival the Duchess's own before speaking. "Graysnore, the king, our lord and sovereign, full 7 months had sojourned on the sea, conquered this land and won the southern main. Now no fortress against him shall remain, no city walls shall be left for him to gain, save the rats that squeak behind the mountain. Unlikely was the lamb of our deliverance, assured shall be our glories, and therefore, when our lady's eye restored to the hall." The Seneschal composed herself and added, "We saw the truth and beauty by the light of our lady's eye on the Mount Caveat. But the rats with their guns and their chatter and the peasants' politics stole it from us. We will subjugate them and take it back. They are a rabble, and we will rule them with the steel shod velvet of our paws. Will you join us?" Interesting. I am going to make my choice. I think I shall try and... I don't have high enough skills to probably broker a peace. Maybe I shall attempt it. No. Basically, they say no. Okay. Probably can do it with high enough skills. I want to side with the Chief Engineer. Not only is he skillful, that might be might be necessary here. But he's also from London, so, and I'm from London, so yeah, we'll go with it. We got some supplies and some fuels. Some fuels? Oh dear. He seems grumpy but honest. Also, I knew all too well what rat-made weapons could do. Rat-made weapons? Maybe I'm equipped with some. I extended a finger to the chief engineer, who shook it grimly. The seneschal hissed and chattered her teeth in disgust, but kept her distance. "You've made the right choice," said the chief engineer. "Let me show you around." "You chose to help the rats. Okay." The chief engineer led me to the northern side of the island, skirting the chicken woods. We passed through a number of what can only be termed checkpoints, as the fierce-eyed rats shouldered their derringers and saluted the chief engineer. Soon we came across a small colony, smaller than some of the infestations I had encountered in London flats. Only 50 ratus faber altogether, working diligently to fortify their side of the island. The first thing I noticed was a brilliant light beaming out from the stump of chicken wood about 6 feet high. It bathed the whole settlement in a clean blue glow. It was almost too bright to look at. By its light I could see several raised mounds of earth, suggesting shallow tunnels. An efficient fishing operation was set up. An albino rat mended nets, while others stabbed sharpened sticks into the waves. Further inland was a barracks, where a sergeant barked drills at a small squadron of fighters. My arrival drew attention. Several rats paused their work to look at me curiously. "Welcome to Marinda," said the chief engineer, voice warm with pride. "Not much to look at now, but it will be once you've rousted the cavies. Take a stroll around while I summon the war council." And with that he vanished into one of the mounds and left me to explore. Now I can visit the barracks, I can take a closer look at the rat star, I can head down the beach, or I can finish my exploration. I'll visit the barracks, yeah. The chief... Oh, no, I've not read that bit. Visiting the rats' barracks. The drill sergeant appeared to be sizing me up. One of the few rats around her, really all she had to launch the attack. I approached the drill sergeant and went so far as to salute her, which earned me a grunt of satisfaction. The sergeant dismissed her troops and offered me a bit of chickenwood jerky to gnaw on. "There's more of us below ground," she explained, "but not enough. The cavies are bigger, and there's more of them. We're better with weapons. We haven't got the stuff to make 'em with. Most of us came here as stowaways and brought nothing but food, tools, and the furs on our backs. We can fish, we can nibble at the chicken woods, but we can't make guns out of trees. The cavies came with their own steamer and seem to have endless supplies. We raid them sometimes, but there's so few of us we can never hold onto territory we gain for long. But that's of no consequence. All we want is to be left in peace to build a republic. And the rat star," she added thoughtfully, after a moment. "Of course, we want that too." Okay, I'll take a closer look at the rat star. An excitable-looking rat was peering at it through smoky goggles, twitching her whiskers and making notes on what appeared to be real paper. Blue as sapphire, but endlessly more brilliant. Not a star, of course, not really, but try explaining that to the others. The chief engineer doesn't want me working too hard to convince them. Says this is the better for morale. But just look at it, look. She offered me her goggles. I managed to work them over just enough of one of my eyes to see the truth of what she was studying. It was skin. I won't try and pronounce it. But unlike any I'd ever seen before, blue as sapphire, but more brilliant. Something about the clarity of its colour was tremendously soothing. The chief science officer tittered with pleasure as I handed her goggles back. Those of us who have been to the Cavi side of the island and lived to tell of it say there's plenty of glow there, plenty of bright in the water all around, but nothing like this. We took this from the island's centre, Mount Ararat. Only it's not a mountain, of course, any more than this is a star. It's hollow, there's sweet water inside and coral crawling up the walls of it, but nothing that glows save this. It's ours now and no one can take it from us. Okay, I'll head down the beach. Who ever heard of a rat mending a net? The albino rat smiled up at me from his mending work, looking dainty and a little shy. Chickenwood floats, especially when it's dried out and sealed, so we're able to paddle out a bit and cast our nets. We come up with all sorts of things. blind fish, crabs, sometimes a chunk of broken tentacle. But the fishing would never be so good without the rat star. He beamed. I think it only draws good fish, keeps the scary ones at bay. I know the chief science officer doesn't believe it, but I do. That light is our livelihood. And it seems like the light is very, very, very important to the rats. Alright, what can I do to help out? The bells of the War Council rang. I was summoned. The chief engineer emerged from underground with a motley assortment of rats, introduced them as weapons experts, strategists, and field commanders. "So you're going to help us beat the cavies," he said with a hard edge to his voice. "But how exactly?" "I have nothing to offer but my advice. Doesn't seem to have any sort of risk to it. Offer my strategic assistance, 37% chance. Or I am determined to take the lead. I had a ship, I had cannons, we could steer her to Southern Island and have at those uppity animals. 56% chance. I think I do have a good cannon. Let's try it. I don't know if this is going to work." Failed. I gave clear orders, my navigation was impeccable, but it seems the cavies have got winds of our attention quickly enough that we're able to man the guns of their grounded pinnacle and give us a bracing dollop of what for. Their ship was already sunk, and its crew provided only tiny targets. Impossible battle. The shame of being defeated at Z by a brace of guinea boars was enough. Worse, however, was the several members of the crew who complained that their triumphant tweaking of the cavies now haunts their dreams. Damn. I don't think I've actually gained any damage, so let's try it again. Aha! A palpable hit. The rats... Whoops, I scrolled down a bit too far. The rats gave me what information they possessed about the Cavi settlement, but I had to improvise a great deal on the spot. A perfect storm of speed, stealth, and strength of arms favoured us. Our cannons letting fly a volley of shot onto the beach before the Cavies could scramble to their grounded ship and man its guns. Screams and squeals filled the air, the enemy fled. A damp hush settled over my crew as the smoke cleared to reveal the torn, bloodied bodies of guinea pigs littering the shore. A grim business, but I had honoured my commitment to the rats. I found a wealth of skintillac ringing the beach to harvest as spoils. Okay. I succeeded, and the rats... I gained a few barrels of stuff. I can sell all of that if I ever reach Khan's Heart and back again. And the rats have won. So I should think this will be a friendly port whenever I come back. Okay, the House of Cavi had fallen. Morinda is triumphant. All that remained were the celebrations and the continuation of our voyage. Oh, how we feasted long into the night. Then... invited one of the Raptors' father to join us? That's a possibility. I interceded on behalf of the Cavies. I could try that. Yes, I'll try that. A grudging concession. I appealed to the engineer's moral fortitude and sense of fair play. Perhaps the Cavies had suffered the loss of the light from the centre of the island. Perhaps they were only trying to get it back, not stealing it for the rats. The chief engineer looked troubled at the thought. "We only wanted to be left alone," he said. He looked towards the seneschal, haphazardly bandaged amongst the rats' other prisoners. "Perhaps further negotiation is possible." As I left, I saw the albino rat timidly offering a young Cavi prisoner a piece of fresh fish. I don't know if the guinea pigs would appreciate fish. You forge peace between the rats and the Cavies. Cool. At least the rats have won. They will be left alone and in possession of their rat star, but they won't kill off all the Cavies, I suppose. I will invite one of the rats to join us. The Chief engineer couldn't leave his colony, but he relayed my request to his people. The albino rat I saw mending the net shyly stepped forward. "I'm good at fixing things," he said earnestly. "I'd like to see more of the world." I waited for him to gather up some effects and say goodbye to his family before accompanying him on board. I have an albino tinkerer. Let's go on. A new nation has been founded. The end. There, you have finished your diary entry. The final dregs of the rat's surprisingly good wine. They line up to salute you as you leave from the victory banquet, escorting you to your ship through the foundations of their new republic. Okay, a new nation has been founded, and I reckon that'll be a friendly port from now on. I will definitely be back here again. I'll just look at my officers. And it's a mascot. It gives me 2 veils. Okay, I think I'll end this episode here for the time being. See you next time on the Undersea.